Taurus, welcome. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and this is your weekly read. It's for Taurus placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, and it is a general reading. May not resonate with all of you. This card doesn't generally give me jumpers, but we've gotten a couple for you, so we'll take those. We have the High Priestess coming out, jumping out, and the Nine of Wands jumping out. Let's see what else we have for you, top and bottom of the deck. Two of Swords, Six of Wands. Taurus, this is an interesting reading. You are finally listening to your intuition. You've heard it before. You've just sort of ignored it. Spirit's quite happy to see that you're listening to it now. You've had to fight a lot of battles here. It looks like you've had to really be persistent and try very hard to make something work. And it did. You know, you were working pretty hard there to make it work, and it was working. But you weren't really taken care of in that equation. You weren't really getting what you needed from the situation. But you kept ignoring that little voice inside that was telling you that you deserved better, you deserved more. And kept fighting the good fight, kept trying to do what was expected of you. And now you're coming into this space where you have faced down difficult decisions that needed making. If you haven't made them yet, you know in your heart what your choice is. And it's been a very long process, I think, to get to that point of making the choice that needs to be made. But there is victory for you here. You may have been concerned about how it would look to other people, the choices you need to make for you to take care of yourself, to survive and to thrive. And there's reassurance here that when you are standing in your truth and you've made your choices that need to be made, there will be public recognition of the fight that you fought and the battle that you've gotten through. This is perhaps sounding general and vague to some of you. I think that there are a few different scenarios that are jumping to mind now, and then I'm picking up out of the energies 3 or 4 different stories, and for each Taurus in that situation, the theme is the same. I was working on some English language arts with my son this week, and part of it was discussing themes, recognizing themes, and seeing the same theme in multiple stories, and seeing how each author chooses to play out that theme, noting the differences and how it develops. And I feel like that's very relevant to what I'm picking up for the Taurus energy this week. For some of you, this is a situation where you've stayed in a relationship too long, and you've always had to compromise what was best for you. You weren't necessarily uncomfortable. It seems like you had a good outward-looking life, but inside it wasn't always what your soul wanted or needed. And this theme for you is playing out in your decision to take what remains of your life and your energy and your life force and start taking care of you, start taking more notice of what your heart is telling you. For others of you, this is definitely a work situation where you have been very loyal to the company, you have done everything that's expected of you, you've done a lot of work here, above and beyond what anyone could have asked, and it still is not enough. You're still asked to do more, give more, be more. And this theme for you is playing out in your decision to step away from that and to find a situation professionally where you are valued. For others, there's absolutely a theme of a family connection here, where you haven't been given the love and the nurturance that you deserve in your family, by your parents or your siblings, extended family, perhaps I'm getting cousin or aunt here, And for you, you have tried to be very loyal to your family, and you've tried to always be there for them and do for them, even when they were hurting you. And you're reaching a stage in your life now where you understand that it's okay to take care of yourself. And if what that means is stepping away from certain people in your family, then that is allowed. It is acceptable. It is, in fact, the preferred route forward for you to love yourself and to take care of yourself. And if that means not being around certain family members because they hurt you, that is a choice that is absolutely valid. And you don't need to worry about how this looks to anyone else, because people who understand and know your story in all of these cases will be there to support you and will applaud you for being brave and taking care of yourself. I think that's what I have for you this week, Taurus. I hope that it's helpful. I hope that you're all doing well. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for showing up. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Blessings.